This is Augustana Sportscene, a weekly update on Viking athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Now, let's catch up on the action and excitement of Augustana athletics as we roll our Augustana Sports Update for this week.
Last weekend, Coach Tom Billiter's Augustana men's basketball team split a pair of road games. The Vikings rolled over Minnesota Duluth 82-62 before dropping a hard-fought 76-70 battle at St. Cloud State. In the UMD game, Augustana canned 14 of 28 three-pointers on their way to the 20-point victory. 5 players scored in double figures for the Vikings, with Casey Schilling tallying 18 points, Ben Shellum 15, Matt Brazendale 14, Yuri Malashenko 13, and Ethan Gusky 11. Daniel Jansen led the team off the boards with 10 rebounds, while Adam Beyer passed out 3 assists. Augustana had just 9 turnovers in the impressive win. Then on Saturday, the Vikings saw an 11-point second-half lead disappear as they fell to St. Cloud State. Augustana, now 13-9 overall and 10-6 in NSIC play, got 20 points from Casey Schilling and 18 from Yuri Malashenko. Yuri also grabbed 13 rebounds. In women's basketball, Coach Dave Kraus' team came out on the short end of road games at Minnesota Duluth and St. Cloud State. At UMD, the Vikings fell behind early and could not come back from the deficit. Shantiva Ashley scored 19 points, Emily Schulte 14, with Riley Norgard and Rihanna Gullickson adding 12 each. Riley also had 10 rebounds. Then at St. Cloud, the Augustana ladies fell behind 42-33 at halftime. The team made a valiant second-half rally, but came up just short as they fell 74-73. Emily Schulte led the Vikings with a career-high 27 points as she nailed 4 of 5 three-pointers. Shantiva Ashley added 19 points, with Riley Norgard scoring 10 while corralling 9 rebounds. In wrestling, Coach Jason Reitmeyer's team cruised to a 41-3 victory over Northern State. Augustana, now 11-4 overall in dual meets and 4-1 in the NSIC, used a pin by Morgan Engbrecht at 133 pounds as a springboard to the big win. Other winners by decision were Sean Hattelstadt at 149 pounds, Braden Nicious at 157, Tim Weber at 165, Drake Fanslau at 174, and Michael Lohman at heavyweight. In indoor track, Coach Tracy Hellman's men's and women's teams competed at the MSU Open in Mankato. C.J. Ham broke his own school record in a weight throw, while Adu Amat and Emma Anderson both won the 1,000-meter run. In men's and women's tennis, Coach Mark Kurtz's teams opened their season at Nebraska Wesleyan. The ladies rolled to a 9-0 victory, led by wins at number 1 and number 2 singles by Katie Jesperson and Jessa Richards. The Augie men came up short in their home opener. And in baseball, Coach Tim Huber's team went 1-3 in their season opening games at Southern Arkansas. In the Vikings' victory, Ryan Hamilton pitched 5 innings, allowing just 1 hit to earn his first win at Augustana. Tony Bigger crushed his first homer of the season to lead the Vikings to the 5-1 victory. That's our sports update for this week. When we come back, we'll talk Augustana men's basketball with Coach Tom Billiter. Stay with us.
Augustana Sportscene is brought to you by Sanford Health, improving the human condition, and by Mid-Continent Communications, the connection that counts. Augustana Sportscene is also brought to you by Life Touch, photography for a lifetime, and by Graham Automotive, real service, real value.
Have you noticed more and more fees showing up in your account with your bank? Take a look at your statement. You may be surprised. At Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union, the only surprise you'll find is how few fees there are. Imagine applying for your next loan or setting up your account with the peace of mind that as a member owner, you call the shots, including what fees to charge. So why let extra banking fees gobble up your money? Get your account and your loan from the place you own.
Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
This isn't an epic sports commercial.
There's no Hollywood director.
There's no $1 million budget. There's no slow motion.
Or stadiums filled with crowds.
It's just us.
Us.
Real athletes.
Real athletes.
Who want to get better, get stronger,
and make the starting lineup. Be healthy and active.
And this is where we'll do it.
The Sanford Sports Complex, a game-changing destination. Learn more at sanfordsports.com.
I was nervous for picture day. My mom let me pick out my outfit. She said, pick wisely. I stood in line with my friends, and then it was my turn.
Next.
There were big lights and a backdrop, and the picture lady said, wow, nice smile. And then there was this poof. I really like my picture.
Audi A4 drivers have spoken. And they rank the A4 highest in total quality index in its class. Experience the new Audi A4 at your local dealer today.
Hi everybody, I'm Bill Gross, and joining me now is Augustana men's basketball coach Tom Billiter. Tom, last weekend the Vikings headed to the North Country, started out in Duluth taking on UMD, and a great victory for the Vikings, 82-62.
You know, Duluth plays well at home. They were 6-3, but 2 of their losses were by 5 to Moorhead, 2 to Northern. They're a good team at home, and I thought we played very well. We had about a 15 to 17 point lead at the half. I can't remember. I'm on to the next games, but ended up winning by 20. And I thought our guys just played a real solid game. I thought Duluth, they run their motion. They're well coached. They did all the right things. We were sharp. We played well. We made shots. We were 14 for 28 from 3, and we made our free throws. So played a really good game, complete game, defended well. And, it's like I said, I know we've lost a lead against Southwest State and eventually what we'll talk about next with St. Cloud, but we've really been playing good basketball. You take about a 12-minute section out of all the games, and we're on a streak, and we have to continue to build on all the things that we're doing well, and still get better. I'm not saying that, but mindset-wise, we have to understand to get a 20-point win at Duluth.
That's a great win.
Got our split on the road. I mean, we're doing the right things. It's just that we've been so close in some other ones.
Well, one thing we haven't talked a lot about is Ben Shellum, and Ben, a person that we haven't talked a lot about is Ben Shellum, and Ben was one of 5 guys in double figures up at Duluth. He had 5 3-pointers. Kind of an interesting story, Tom.
Well, Ben, he's a one-year kid. He's from Australia. He played at Iowa Lakes Junior College for 2 years, had a very good career there. Troy Larson does a very good job as coach, and he came, he's got 1 year left, and we were in a situation with a scholarship late. We really thought a senior-type player could come in and give us a boost. We were so young, and he could really shoot it. And so Ben's come in, and he gives us instant offense off the bench. And it's funny, if one of those guys, he or Brazendale or Yuri, it seems like if there's one other guy who gets double figures, we win. And Ben really helped us on Friday night. He really hit some big shots, and not only did he come in and help us extend the lead, he came back in the second half and helped us keep it. And so, I thought the bench played very well. He had obviously a great game of 15, and Brazendale had 14, and our bench really came in and helped us on Friday night. And yeah, Ben's been a fun story. He's a nice kid, and I think he's having a good experience, although he keeps saying winter there isn't like here. So
yeah, for sure.
He's learning that, but other than that, he's doing well.
Great win for the Vikings up at Minnesota Duluth. Back down to St. Cloud on Saturday, played another great game for almost all the way, and very good St. Cloud team, and they found a way to win it,
good 6th-year senior and Cruz who hurt us. He won them the game, and then they picked up another senior last year, Northern Michigan, Matt Craig's transfer, who had 23 against us. So their 2 seniors stepped up, played great, and we had an 11-point lead with 9 minutes to go, but you could see the fatigue in our guys' eyes. I could just feel it. You come from Duluth the night before. It's not an excuse. We got in about 1:30, 1:45 in the morning. I still did walkthrough, got them going to our same routine, and we played great for 30 minutes, but fatigue set in. I saved a couple timeouts to try to rest us at the end. As it was, I didn't have enough. I wish I would have had a couple more. And Dan Jansen was in foul trouble, unfortunately, and he only played 16 minutes and only had 3 points. It really wasn't anyone's fault. He had 2 quick fouls early, and I tend to, if we're in a game, we had a 5-point lead at the half. If we are in the game or even slightly behind, and I can sit a player with 2 in the first half, I'll probably do it and let them play if they get the 3rd early in the second. And that's what we did, and he ended up getting the 4th. And then he ended up fouling out. So, people, can wonder, well, why didn't he play more? He fouled out, and so when you're in foul trouble, you're going to sit a little bit more and try to, at the end, if it had gone overtime, we need him. So we were trying to save him for that as well.
Great effort. Vikings come away with a split on the road, and we're back home this weekend for home games against Winona State, tied for the league lead, and Upper Iowa, a team that is coming off a road sweep.
Yeah, and playing very well.
They've won a tough weekend.
5 of their last 7. Upper Iowa's got a nice ball club. Joey Woods is a veteran playing very well. Grant Lang is as good a shooter as there is in the league. Bo Pagel. These are all kids that played in the NCAA tournament last year and were part of that team that just continued to improve. And so, 2 very good teams coming in here. They both play hard. They're both well coached. Always been a great game with Winona. And Upper Iowa's turned into quite a game. They actually beat us here last year, and then we played them a week later in the NCAA tournament and beat them in the regional. But they've played well here, as a lot of teams have, and we'll have to be ready to go. We have to be sharp for 40 minutes both nights.
Fans, we're back home at the Elman Center. Very good Winona State team in here, league leading. Friday night, 8 o'clock. Saturday at 6, a very good Upper Iowa team. So come on over and help us. Good luck, Tom.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
When we come back, we will talk with Augustana women's basketball coach Dave Krauth. Stay with us.
Win the next 2.5 minutes. Williams shoots, gets up, he scores. Tie game. We are going to bring the ball up court under pressure. Long pass inside to Montgomery. He spins. The shot is up, and it's a 20-foot jumper from the 5'11" sophomore forward.
Our heritage is rooted in the gymnasiums of every town, big and small, throughout the region. For this reason, Sanford Health proudly presents Heritage Court at the heart of the Pentagon.
Some are new.
I'm Marissa from Minot.
Some have been with us for a while.
Welcome to Grand Forks. I'm Steve.
Yet no matter how long they've been with Mid-Continent Communications or where they work in our region,
I'm Dean, Bismarck, North Dakota.
Mid-Continent's 1,300 employees have a few very important things in common.
Hi, I'm Bob from Watertown.
They really care about your experience as a customer.
Welcome. I'm Julie from Mitchell, South Dakota.
They're committed to delivering exciting new entertainment and communication services.
Hi, I'm Erin from Sioux Falls.
And they believe that community service, from building houses for the homeless,
Jennifer from Fairmont,
to organizing events that bring whole communities together.
Hi, I'm Cole in Bemidji.
Is just as important as providing great customer service. Because connecting people, no matter how we do it, is something we truly enjoy. Mid-Continent Communications, the connection that counts.
Have you noticed more and more fees showing up in your account with your bank? Take a look at your statement. You may be surprised. At Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union, the only surprise you'll find is how few fees there are. Imagine applying for your next loan or setting up your account with the peace of mind that as a member owner, you call the shots, including what fees to charge. So why let extra banking fees gobble up your money? Get your account and your loan from the place you own.
Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
We're back, and with me now is Augustana women's basketball coach Dave Krauth. Dave, last weekend the Vikings took the road trip to North Country, and it started out on Friday night up at the University of Minnesota Duluth, and was a hard-fought game, but didn't go our way.
No, we really got down again in the first half and dug ourselves really a 20-point hole, and then came back second half and had a nice flurry of, defensive pressure, got some turnovers, just did things and got back, about that 5-point range, something like that. And then Katrina Newman, their best player, hit a couple big shots when we were really making runs. So it was very reminiscent of the previous road trip where we'd gotten down big at Mankato the first half, had to come back and then lost a tight one the second night.
Do you have any idea or thoughts on why we're getting down? Are we just not shooting the ball well, or are we just making mistakes?
Yeah, I think it is a little bit of a combination at Duluth, and I told them before a couple years ago when we had been up there last. So they just dominated us on the board, and that's exactly what happened in the first half. They shot until they made it, and we just couldn't get our hand on a rebound. And so that was maybe a little different. But again, yeah, we not converting as well as we should. They were very physical defensively till the second half, and then we started getting a couple calls on drives, and then they backed off a little bit, and it made for a better half for us.
Well, then on Saturday last weekend, it was on to St. Cloud State and a real battle with the Huskies.
Yeah, and they're a very good shooting team. Have a nice 6'6" post kid that can score inside and out, who had a real good game against us, the Benson kid, and really played not too bad a basketball. But I think offensively it was pretty much Schulte and Ashley that were doing all the damage for us, and our real the real deficit at halftime came in the last 2 minutes. Those two were on the bench, and they had like a 12-0 run at the end of the half, and then we dug right back into it to start the second. But it came down again, one of those one-point games where a possession or two here and there, and didn't go our way.
Well, a tough one-point loss up at St. Cloud. Vikings back home this week with home games. Friday night here with Winona State, Saturday with Upper Iowa. Dave, what's the focus in practice this week?
Well, I don't think we want to practice hard and try to simulate game conditions as much as we can. Now, that's difficult. For example, Duluth, for as physical as they were, and that's pretty tough for us to do in practice. But we'll just stay at it, and I think personally, the home court will give us a little bit more warm, fuzzy feeling, a little bit of confidence that we need. A couple kids just have to knock down a couple shots and get themselves going.
Well, let's talk about Winona and Upper Iowa. What are we facing here?
Well, it's interesting. Both teams now towards the bottom of our South Division, but they're both very talented teams that have some good players that are returning players, and they've both been in situations where they've lost some tough games or whatever, but it'd be one of those you don't want to look at their record because they're both very good teams. Winona really shoots the three a lot, and that's something we're going to have to be very conscious of. And then Kiefer Kidd for Upper Iowa is really one of the top players in the league, kind of a 2-3 type kid that we're going to find somebody that wants to try to guard her.
Well, a little quirk in the schedule here for the Vikings. 2 home games against these schools, and then 2 weeks later, we play them on the road in our final regular season games. Dave, it's looking like it's coming down to the University of Sioux Falls and Augustana, 4-5, one way or the other. Every game's important.
Yeah, really, and that's one of the things I'll remind our kids, through practice this week, that you just have to realize that for example, the home court could be so big in the conference tournament, and so we're still jockeying for that position, and I think we're capable of having a nice run here at the end of the year.
Dave, good luck to you and your team, and fans, get over and help us 6 o'clock Friday night with Winona State, Saturday at 4 against Upper Iowa. When we come back, we will catch up with Augustana softball coach Greta Melstead. Stay with us.
With the many priorities in your life, your health and weight can be overlooked. The team at Sanford Health has designed a plan with you in mind. Profile by Sanford delivers a simple, effective, and sustainable solution. Our expert coaches sit with you to design your plan. If you're serious about your health, we're serious about you. The future of weight management is here. Profile by Sanford.
Combine Midco-Net Extreme Wideband, the region's fastest internet, and mid-continent video with TV everywhere, and take shows you normally watch here and watch them anywhere, anytime. So turn your tablet into a TV, take CNN with you, catch the Cartoon Network up here. Turn any screen in the house into a mid-continent screen. Mid-continent video with TV everywhere and the flawless streaming performance of Midco-Net Extreme Wideband make mid-continent the connection that counts.
I have evidence that proves my dad's a space alien. Speaks a weird language. Drinks green stuff. He says he's from Albuquerque. I'm not buying it. Just look at him. And one more thing. He has a spaceship. The evidence doesn't lie. My dad's an alien.
The highly advanced Audi A6, named to car and drivers 10 best. Experience exceptional value on the Audi A6 at your local dealer today.
Even a high-efficiency dishwasher can't remove spots from your glasses if you have hard water, but a Culligan high-efficiency water softener can. It saves you up to 46% on operating costs. For 100% beautiful glasses, just say, "Hey, Culligan Man."
With me now is Augustana softball coach Greta Melstead. Greta, it's great to have you on Augustana Sports Scene. Vikings softball has been rolling hard here last fall through the winter months and getting ready to go here with the real thing shortly, which we'll talk about. But Greta, let's talk first about preparations. You had fall season, inside in the winter. How are things been going?
You know, going quite well, especially for a team. We have 14 kids on our team, and we have, let's see, I think 8 of those kids are in their first or second year with us. So still a pretty young team. Or at least new to our system, and things, they've done a really nice job. They're starting to really take off now, and had a really good fall season, you know, hosted our fall tournament like we always do, and then we've just been really working hard on our individuals with hitting, and then, you know, being able to go out to the Sanford Fieldhouse makes a huge difference for us, because then we can get in some full team defense too.
Right. Well, let's talk about that team. Give us kind of the summary of who you got and how you think you're going to be.
Yeah, we have some really good returning players. We have Janelle Troutman, who has been an All-American for us. She's one of the top pitchers in the conference, but probably even more so, she's one of the best hitters. She had 18 home runs last year, and I would expect Janelle easily to go past 20 this year. And then Lindsay Spanton, who's a senior, she's had a very, very strong career for us, and she's probably hitting probably the best she has in her career, and so that's really exciting. We have a few newcomers. Caitlin Nickel and Kenzie Allstott, they're both junior college transfers for us, something that I haven't done in the past, but really felt like we had a couple weaknesses that we needed to fill some holes, and they've come in, and they 2 lefties. We've been a squad that hasn't had a ton of lefties, but now we actually have 4 in our lineup.
Watch out for those lefties.
Exactly, and another surprising thing for our fans is we're actually going to have a little bit of speed. We've never ever been accused of being a fast team. Always hit the ball hard. I still think we're going to have our signature power, but it'll be a lot more fun to have a little bit of speed to work with too. I think we're going to be good. We'll be at the top of the conference, and I know right now we're picked 3rd. But the only school, the interesting thing, we're the only NSIC school that's rated in the top 25. So those polls, they're always interesting. But it'll be another challenge in this conference, and definitely in this region.
Polls don't mean anything. The Vikings are going to be good fans, so get ready. We're excited to watch them. And speaking of getting going, what an exciting trip this week, Greta. The ladies head out to Las Vegas for the Stinger Classic.
Yes.
And you're ready for that?
Absolutely. We're ready to open up, and we start, well, we're thrown in the fire right away. We play the University of Central Oklahoma in the first game, and they're the defending national champions. And they bring back almost their entire squad and their pitcher, who last year we split with them. I really felt we should have won both games when we played them. We ended up walking in a couple runs, and that's why we lost the second game. But it'll be a really good test, and we're really looking forward to it. And it's really our favorite tournament that we play in every single year. It's so well run, and there's lots of good competition, and you know, it's always nice to get out of the 0-degree weather to go to at least 60-degree weather. So
yeah, the Desert Stingers Classic out there in Las Vegas. The Vikings get rolling Friday and Saturday with games. Greta, talk about the rest of the schedule.
You know, I really think I don't think anyone accuses us ever of playing an easy schedule, and again, I think we have probably the strongest schedule in the conference, and probably strongest schedule in the region. And I know we did last year, and that was one reason that helped us get into the regional tournament. But we play in the Desert Stinger, and then we go to St. Cloud, play in their dome tournament. That's going to be a tough one this year because it's an MIAA crossover. We'll be hitting teams like Emporia State and Northwest Missouri State and some of their really strong teams. And then after that, we go down to Florida. Always do our spring break trip. Then we come back down and we go to Missouri Western, and we play in another really tough crossover. So we have really put our kids to the challenge this year, and it'll be fun to see how they respond.
Well, I'm sure they'll respond well, and we have a good ball club. You have a great program, Greta. So good luck to you and your team as you get the season rolling.
Thank you.
When we come back, we will take a look at the Augustana sports calendar for this week. We'll be right back.
iMed Mobility offers a great selection of new and used accessible conversion vans. But our mobility solutions don't stop there. We also sell, install, and service stair lifts, platform lifts, and vehicle lifts, as well as modular ramps, vehicle alternative seating, and many other empowering mobility products. Whether in your home or on the go, iMed Mobility lets you live life free from limitations. Let us be there for you. iMed Mobility, sales, service, and rentals.
At Mid-Continent, we believe in going the extra mile for you, making sure your questions are answered, getting every job done right the first time. Why do Mid-Continent Communications employees go out of their way for customers? Because that's how you'd treat a friend or neighbor. And to us, that's exactly what you are. Mid-Continent Communications, the connection that counts.
So, do we stick with your health insurance or go with mine?
Is your office even keeping its health insurance?
I don't know. What about that marketplace?
I'm not sure how it even works.
This is painful.
This is complicated.
This is simple.
Sanford Health Plan offers affordable health insurance options for individuals and families. We can even make sense of all the changes going on in healthcare today. Make it simple on yourself. Click SanfordHealthPlan.com.
Sanford Health Plan.
This is simple.
Andersen has always put the home first. And no window is in more homes than Andersen 400 Series windows. Andersen windows are tested by Mother Nature, approved by Father Time, and trusted by more builders than any other. Andersen 400 Series windows and doors. We make quality happen.
Find a full line of quality Andersen products at the area's largest Andersen dealer, Schoenemann's, Southwestern Avenue in Sioux Falls.
Let's take a look at the Augustana sports calendar for this week. Friday, February 7th, wrestling on the road at St. Cloud State. Women's tennis in competition with the University of Sioux Falls, 6:30 p.m. at Woodlake Athletic Club. Softball plays in the Desert Stinger Classic, getting their season rolling out in Las Vegas. And basketball is home with Winona State, women at 6, men at 8 at the Elman Center. Saturday, February 8th, indoor track competes in the MSU Invitational in Mankato. Softball completes play in the Desert Stinger Classic in Las Vegas. Men's tennis plays over in Owatonna, Minnesota against St. John's and Grinnell College. And basketball is back home again at the Elman Center. Women tip off at 4, followed by the men at 6. And remember this Augustana athletic information. You can hear men's basketball games on KIKN FM 100.5 and worldwide at KIKN.com. Augustana women's basketball games are on KXRB AM 1000 and worldwide at KXRB.com. And for complete information on Augustana athletics, go to our website, goaugie.com, where you can also get discount tickets for home athletic events at goaugie.com/tickets. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week for another edition of Augustana Sportscene. So long, everybody.
You have been watching Augustana Sportscene, a weekly review of Viking athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Learn more about Augustana College in Sioux Falls at augie.edu.